Imagine this. You're standing on the edge of a cliff, wind whipping against your face, heart pounding like a drum. Below you stretches an endless expanse, a swirling sea of possibilities, fears, and dreams. You want to step forward, to leap into the unknown, but something holds you back. A voice whispers in your ear, insidious and relentless. What if you fail? What if you fall? Now ask yourself, why does that voice exist? Why does it feel so real, so suffocating? Anxiety isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a shadow that clings to us, shaping every decision we make. It tells us who we are, what we can achieve, and how far we dare to go. But here's the paradox. If anxiety is meant to protect us from danger, why does it often feel more dangerous than the threats themselves? Think about it. When was the last time you sat still without reaching for your phone, scrolling through endless updates, drowning out the silence? When did you last breathe deeply without wondering if you were doing enough, with your career, your relationships, your life? We live in an age where information floods our senses, where success seems measured by likes and followers, where time feels scarce, even as technology promises to save it. And yet, despite all these tools designed to simplify our lives, we've never been more overwhelmed. Why are you so anxious? Is it because the world has become too fast-paced, too unpredictable, or is there something deeper at play, something rooted not in external chaos, but within the very fabric of your mind? What if anxiety isn't merely a reaction to stress, but a reflection of how disconnected we've become from ourselves? Consider this. Every thought you have shapes your reality. Every fear you entertain becomes a brick in the walls you build around your potential. So why do we keep feeding those fears? Why do we let them grow until they tower over us, casting long shadows across our days? Perhaps the answer lies not in the noise outside, but in the quiet spaces inside, the places we avoid looking. Before we dive deeper, pause for a moment. Ask yourself honestly, are you running towards something, or are you running away? Because understanding the roots of your anxiety begins with confronting the questions you've been too afraid to ask. And trust me, the answers will change everything. Anxiety, at its core, is not an enemy, it's a signal. It's your mind's way of telling you that something is misaligned, that there's a gap between where you are and where you believe you should be. But what if the real problem isn't the anxiety itself, but the framework through which you interpret it? Think about it. Modern society glorifies productivity, achievement, and perfection. We're taught to chase goals relentlessly, to measure our worth by external milestones. Yet, as Carl Jung once said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. What if your anxiety stems from this disconnection, from living in a world that demands constant action while neglecting the inner stillness necessary for true growth? Nietzsche spoke of the will to power, the drive to assert oneself against life's challenges, but he also warned of its shadow, the paralysis that comes when we lose sight of meaning. Viktor Frankl, who endured unspeakable suffering in Nazi concentration camps, argued that humans can endure almost any hardship if they find purpose. Without purpose, however, even trivial stressors become unbearable. Here's the hidden truth. Anxiety flourishes in the absence of meaning. When your actions feel disconnected from your deeper values, when you're caught in cycles of comparison or endless striving, your psyche rebels. It screams for alignment, for a reason to move forward beyond superficial rewards. This is why so many people feel trapped despite outward success. They've built lives on shaky foundations, chasing approval rather than authenticity. But the roots run deeper still. Evolutionary psychology suggests that anxiety served as a survival mechanism, a heightened state of awareness to detect threats in a dangerous world. Today, though, those ancient instincts collide with a hyper-connected reality. Your brain reacts to emails, deadlines, and social media notifications as if they were saber-toothed tigers lurking in the grass. The result? a chronic state of hypervigilance, leaving you exhausted and overwhelmed. And yet, here's the crux of the matter. If anxiety arises from misalignment, then resolving it requires more than just coping mechanisms. It demands a radical shift, a re-evaluation of what truly matters. Are you ready to confront the forces shaping your thoughts, emotions, and identity? Because understanding their origins is only the beginning. Now consider the ripple effects. Anxiety doesn't just live in your mind, it seeps into every corner of your existence. It distorts how you perceive time, making moments feel fleeting and fragile. It amplifies cognitive biases like catastrophizing, turning minor setbacks into imagined disasters. And it fosters a culture of avoidance, convincing you that safety lies in staying small, invisible, unremarkable. Neurologically, chronic anxiety rewires your brain. The amygdala, responsible for processing fear, grows increasingly sensitive, while the prefrontal cortex, the seat of rational thought, becomes muted. Over time, this imbalance creates a feedback loop. The more anxious you feel, the harder it becomes to think clearly, and the less control you have over your reactions. Society reinforces this dynamic. From childhood, we're conditioned to prioritize performance over presence, results over relationships. By adulthood, many of us are running on autopilot, driven by habits formed long before we understood their cost. On a societal level, the consequences are staggering. Anxiety fuels consumerism as people seek temporary relief through shopping, entertainment, or substances. It perpetuates inequality as marginalized groups face systemic pressures that compound personal struggles, and it erodes community, replacing genuine connection with curated personas and hollow interactions. Yet perhaps the most insidious consequence is invisibility. Anxiety hides in plain sight, masquerading as ambition, discipline, or responsibility. You tell yourself you're working hard, being productive, doing what's expected. But beneath the surface, the tension builds, unnoticed until it erupts in burnout, illness, or despair. This is the unseen trap, believing that pushing harder will solve the problem, when in fact, it only deepens the wound. The question now becomes clear. How do you break free from a system that thrives on keeping you trapped? Breaking free begins with rebellion, not against the world, but against the stories you tell yourself. Imagine refusing to accept anxiety as inevitable, as something you must simply endure. What would happen if you chose instead to challenge it, to dismantle the beliefs that sustain it? Start by questioning the narratives of scarcity and inadequacy. Who told you there wasn't enough time, love, or opportunity for everyone? Who convinced you that your worth depends on achievements or appearances? These stories aren't truths, they're constructs designed to keep you compliant. Counter them with new ones. I am enough. I have agency. My value cannot be measured. History offers powerful examples of individuals who defied societal constraints. Consider Mahatma Gandhi, who rejected colonial oppression by embracing nonviolence and self-reliance, or Simone de Beauvoir, who challenged patriarchal norms by asserting her independence and intellect. Each of these figures faced immense resistance, yet they persisted because they believed in something greater than fear. Practically speaking, breaking free requires deliberate action. Begin with mindfulness. Moments of intentional stillness to observe your thoughts without judgment. Use journaling to uncover patterns, identifying triggers, and reframing limiting beliefs. Surround yourself with people who inspire courage, not conformity. And above all, prioritize meaning over metrics. Ask yourself daily, am I moving closer to my authentic self or further away? Remember, rebellion isn't instantaneous. It's a process, a series of small choices that gradually reshape your reality. But each step brings clarity, empowering you to reclaim control. And as you do, you'll discover something remarkable. Anxiety loses its grip when you refuse to feed it. Here is the ultimate truth. Anxiety exists because you care. Beneath every worry, every doubt, lies a profound desire for connection, for impact, for significance. Anxiety is not your adversary. It's a distorted expression of your deepest aspirations. Recognizing this transforms everything. Instead of fearing it, you can harness it, channeling its energy toward growth instead of destruction. This realization redefines how you see yourself and the world. Life is inherently uncertain, unpredictable, beautiful precisely because of its imperfections. To embrace this uncertainty is to step fully into your humanity, to acknowledge both your fragility and your strength. As Rumi wrote, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Your anxieties are not flaws, they are openings, invitations to explore the depths of your soul. So what will you choose? Will you continue to fight against yourself, or will you lean into the discomfort, trusting that it holds the key to transformation? The path forward won't be easy. There will be days when the weight feels unbearable, when the voice in your head grows loud again. But remember this: every moment of struggle contains within it the seed of breakthrough. As the sun sets on this journey of reflection, take a breath. Feel the rhythm of your heartbeat, steady and sure. You are not broken, you are becoming, and in that becoming lies infinite possibility. Go forth then with courage. Let the questions guide you, the answers surprise you, and the truth set you free.